Hello YouTube, this is BUB'S Comics coming at you with a quick comic haul. I am Bub, your host of BUB'S Comics. Whatever, I'm the producer, I'm the host, I'm the star. It's a one-man show over here. Every now and then I have my lovely wife, but that's about it. Alright, so here's what we got going on. This Saturday I have a convention coming up, Frankfurt Con. It's in Frankfort, Kentucky. I'll be there. If anybody else is going to be there, you're welcome to check me out. Say, hey, you kind of know what I look like these days, so shouldn't be a problem. But if you don't, if you see this case, that's me. This is my convention case. This is what I take with me. This is where I keep. It holds books. It holds slabs. It's just about the perfect size. You can fit 2 rows of books this way. And it has pockets for slabs as well. So, good deal. This is what I take with me every time. So, if you see this case, you found Bub. And that's a custom-made plate. I had that's like a steel plate we had attached to that. So there you go. So, if you see that, you know you found Bub. Whoa, look out. You know you found Bub. So, I know Jambo Comics is going to be there. We're going to meet up. And any other Kentuckians on their way over there, or even coming from Ohio, it's not too far, or Indiana. So there you go. It's a small convention, but it should be a lot of fun. All right. Next, we've got. So I needed some cash. I wanted to pick up a little extra cash for the convention, so I took a box full of just a few books. I had maybe 20, 25 books in there, and then I had a bunch of stuff that I've been picking up in these Z boxes, right? So if you guys have been watching the Z-Box hauls, I've been picking up a ton of these little figurines and little statues, and I've been leaving them all mint in the box. On occasion, I'll open one of the boxes just to check it out, but those I'm more or less kept. So the ones that were still in the box, I kept everything in there and took it over to a shop, one of my favorite shops, the Archives in Bowling Green, Kentucky, and he bought them all. We made a great deal on them, and I got some cash and I got some store credit. So on the store credit, this is what I traded in for the store credit, and then the cash, of course, will go towards the convention. So nothing but a win on all fronts on that. So let's make me small and get to the haul. This is going to be a different one, y'all, so get ready. Whoa! A little further back out today than usual, and the reason being is that we have Treasuries to show today. You guys will get an extra special treat because I wasn't able to remove the price tags, and I'm out of Treasury bags. So, so you're going to get a little price tag edition here, which I don't usually do. So here's Marvel Treasury edition. So if you guys don't know, when you're looking for the actual title of the series, it's Marvel Treasury edition, and then there's the number. Okay, so all this stuff is kind of irrelevant. They change it each issue, but Marvel Treasury edition and the number. Now there are some that don't fit into this Treasury set in Marvel, but there's not too many. Now DC Treasuries, they're all over the map. They change names, they change volumes. It's an absolute mess. Sometimes they just have a series of numbers. It's crazy. But Marvel is pretty consistent with their Treasuries. So Marvel Treasury edition number 5, 100-page collector's special. Hey, I'm a collector. Hey, that's for me. All right. So the Hulk on the Rampage, $1.50 price tag originally. It's priced at $19.99. Of course, I only did store credit. So you guys, I didn't actually pay a dime for any of this stuff. This was all trade-in stuff. So you guys can do the math at home if you'd like to see what I got in trade-in value, plus my cash payout for the con. So a deluxe limited edition, the world's mightiest monster, Marvel Treasury edition number 5. So there's a great Hulk pick. We will open these up so that you have a chance to see the back covers, because they're a lot of fun too. So there's front. Check that back out. Yeah. Look at that. Within each of us, oft times there dwells a mighty raging fury. Ooh, Incredible Hulk first appearance May 1962. And I just love these giant sized books. And it's so much fun. Look at that Hulk thing punch out. Bam! Or boom! Boom! That looks great. This one's got definitely some Fantastic Four action. There's some Doc Samson. I mean, so much good fun to be had in these. Just looking fantastic. There's some Namor. So good. That looked like Hercules. So there you go. So that is Marvel Treasury Edition number 5. We'll move on to the next one. We'll try and stack these up here, but sometimes they don't play well. So we'll see. Next, we got number 6. Doctor Strange, the most mystical hero of all. That one was $19.99. This one's $18.99. And he also marks when he got them in. So he picked these up just a month ago. So quick. You got to get in there, man. Because the last time I was there, these were not there. Because I usually keep them pretty cleaned out on Treasuries. And I'll tell you why in a minute. So here's number 6. In better condition than number 5. They could all use a good cleaning. They get real... Treasuries pick up a lot of like surface dirt, if you will. So... you know, they typically need a good cleaning, and even then, they never really quite... It's kind of a waxy cover, so... But all that needs to be cleaned. That's pretty dirty. Look at that. Holy cow. Isn't that great? That is just awesome. I've never seen this one before in the wild. These others, I think I've seen before, and they were just priced out. I've never seen this one. So, he always has fair deals in his Treasuries. You know, usually if you can get a Treasury for under 20 bucks, you're doing pretty good. If it's in decent condition, no rips, no tears, you know, no pages flown out, because these are all square bounds. So they have the staples there, and then they're glued on the spine. So these are prone to getting you know, pretty damaged, and they're so large too. So the reason that I always buy Treasuries from this place is because if you go to buy these things, they're difficult to get shipped. So let's say this book's worth 20 bucks. Let's just say the pricing is constant, right? Because these are pretty fair prices for these books. So let's just say the book's 20 bucks. You go on eBay, they're like, okay, $20 for this book, if you get it for that. Then they're going to turn around, they're going to charge you like another $20 in shipping, because this thing doesn't fit in anything. It's too wide to fit in a flat rate box, I think, which would be 15 bucks. But even if it was, there's 36 bucks. Holy moly, right? So it just gets way too expensive. Also, condition is a problem, because you may think it looks good in a picture, but anytime you have these square bounds and stuff, it hides a lot of damage. And when you actually get it in hand, you're like, this isn't what I thought I was paying for. And then if you're in a bidding war, you could be up against people who think it's in better condition, and they raise your bid up, even though you may only want to pay 20 bucks. And someone else is like, no, I think that looks in great condition. And they're like, okay. So it's very hard to judge condition on these. Generally, their condition is poor for a lot of these when you find them in the wild. So it's just so large. But these were actually in pretty good shape compared to how they usually look. And they're impossible to ship properly. You know, it's such a huge book that, you know, there's a lot of damage that can occur just in shipping it to you. So that's why I try to buy these in person whenever I can. And this shop, usually when he buys collections, he is not a cherry picker. So he buys an entire collection. He doesn't want just the keys. He doesn't want just whatever. He buys everything. And then he puts it out on the floor for the rest of us, you know, hunters to find. So here's Marvel Treasury Edition number 10 with the great Thor, the mighty Thor, the Hammer, and the Holocaust. Oh my. One of Thor's most epic adventures in a deluxe limited edition. They all say limited edition. I don't know how limited these things were. Pretty sure they had a pretty robust print run. But we'll take a look inside anyway. Special collector's edition. Okay. You know, they're pulling out all the stops for this. So there you go. Mighty Thor. Some stuff over there. That's like a piece of rubber band or something. Some more dust. That came right off. So these things need to be cleaned. I haven't worked on them yet, but my hands are already getting dusty from holding them. Look at that. Man, such great art on the back of these. Isn't that fantastic? Look at that. So good. This is the Thor one, right? Yeah. We'll take a look in here. And the art is so big. Another thing I love about Treasuries is that the size of the pages are very close to the original art sizes. They're about as close as you're going to get. So it's nice to have, I mean, original art's bigger than this, but it's not as shrunk down all the way to a comic book, standard comic book size. As with usual with Thor storage, a lot of talking. Thor is talk heavy. If you ever look through the original Kirby run, it's a lot of yakking and a little bit of action. So Elvis would not be pleased, right? You know how that goes. All right. Now we got number 11 here, the fabulous Fantastic Four in battle with their most fearsome foes. Look at that. Isn't that a great Doom cover? That is awesome. Number 11. Oh, that last one was $19.99 again. But again, all store credit, all trade-in. You guys have been watching me open those Zabby boxes. Some are hits, some are misses. But apparently the value is there because he took his time, which I never really do on those. Look at that back cover. Look at that Medusa hair. My goodness. He took his time with all the collectibles and priced them all and made sure that he was making a fair offer for both of us. So I wish I appreciate, because I don't know anything about pricing collectibles. I never have and never do. To me, a collectible is the right person, right place, right time buys it. So look at this. This man, this monster. You guys seen that? That's a classic one. Very cool. So I don't get too tore up about, you know, the value of a collectible, because to me, it's only worth what I would pay for it. And then that's a condition of how much space I have in my room and if I already have something similar to it. So collectibles are tough for me to price, and I just don't even fool with it. But he took his time, went through all of it, priced it, made me an offer, and I always accept the first offer because I've been doing business with this guy for years. So we used to haggle on prices in the beginning. When our trading and buying and selling relationship was new, we would haggle on prices, but we don't do that anymore because there's just no sense. If I don't feel like I got the best deal this time, I get him next time. You know, it's not a big deal. We've traded so much. It's all fun and family now these days. Here's Howard the Duck. Here's number 12, Marvel Treasury Edition number 12 with Howard the Duck. This one, it was the roughest shaped one, but it was priced accordingly at $12.99, so we appreciate that. That Fantastic Four wasn't very rough, but it had a little bit of a split up here, so it was priced at $15.99. So you guys can do all the math on that. I ain't gonna. I know that it was a good deal for what I turned in, plus cash on top, so I was very happy with it. Howard the Duck. This one was fun. I started reading it last night. Howard the Duck is like running for president as the, you know, anyone but the standard candidate type ticket, you know, and then this team of nobodies, basically nobody villains, decides to make a name for themselves by attacking him. So it's pretty funny. If you like Howard the Duck, there's nothing. Then you probably already own this, but this is one of those cool ones where it's front and back, so it's a look-through cover, is what I call it. So here's Howard the Duck, here's the front, and then here's the back of that same scene. Everyone going away from you. Get down, America. That was Howard the Duck's campaign slogan. So, and they're going into his campaign headquarters. Pretty good stuff. And of course, Howard the Duck, always with the cameos. Always tons of... I think this might have been one of Howard the Duck's first appearances. Howard the Barbarian. I think that might be close to one of his first ones. I remember reading that one. Good stuff. Hell Cow. Does it have a Hell Cow? Yeah, look at that. Hell Cow. Ah, great stuff. So much fun. I love Howard the Duck. I don't have too much of his original run. I need to go back and get some of it. They get a little pricey. And you pick up a Howard the Duck, they want like $15. I'm like, oh, come on. It's Howard the Duck, you know. I'm not giving you $15 for Howard the Duck. Howard would be pissed if I spent $15 on a comic book for him. So, anyway, there you go. So that's my Treasury haul. You know, it's different. It's not for everybody. They're storage nightmares. I mean, they're so tall, they're so big. I've gone lots of different ways. I've had them all in my, in the poly bags. I've had them out of poly bags. I've had them in top loaders. I've tried storing them sideways and topways. It is really tough to get a good storage method for these once you start getting more than like 2 or 3. And I would say I probably have about 10 or 12 of them now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, it's getting out there. I'd say I probably have 15 or 20 actually. So they take up a lot of space. So I always try to have to be a little bit careful. He had a few more that I left behind, just because when I saw this run, there was only one in the Marvel Treasury Edition run that I didn't pick up, and it was like another Christmas one, and I already have like 2 of those. So I was like, well, let me not pick that up. And then he had a DC one, which I like, but it's structured a little different, and the covers aren't as cool on the DC ones. So I kind of stuck with the Marvels because they're more dynamic, and I kind of enjoy the story, the way that they're put together, a little bit better than the DC version. So it is what it is. All right. So that's it. I hope y'all appreciate that, and enjoy your weekend, and we'll catch you next time on BUB'S Comics. Remember to read a comic and don't apologize for the glare. Bye-bye.